so sorry, but do we know each other?
Yeah, no. I ran you over. Sorry.
Hi guys, my name is Marina. I'm here representing Cine Brazil. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Hi, nice to talk to you too.
So, We Live in Time had its first exhibitions in the last few days. How was it to see people's first reaction?
Beautiful. It's been very beautiful. Very soft, warm, gushy, lovely, loving reactions, and people have been having their own personal responses, and it's like a litmus test for where you are in your own life and where you are with your own dreams and your own longings, and it's been quite moving to see people be so moved and want to talk about it.
And how was the impact of the story for you guys personally?
Quite large, actually.
Large.
Yeah, I think when I made this movie a year and a half ago, I had the most beautiful and incredible time making it with Andrew and John and the whole, cast and crew. So much so that I actually didn't really need to watch the movie after we made it. I was completely content with that being the experience and how much it had taught me already. And then I think after shooting, it really did kind of kick me into gear of figuring out all the things that I wanted to change about my life and all of the things that I wanted to add and all of the people I wanted to keep hold of and all of the people that I was okay of letting go. It was a really, really, a very wonderful but daunting feeling having the weight of this storyline also affect my life, which is kind of how I think lots of people when watching this movie, they feel very excitable and desperate to talk to us about that sensation of having, I suppose, their lives shook a bit and in all the right ways that this movie has affected people.
So it's a very intense movie. There's a lot of intimacy and vulnerability. And I've seen some interviews of Andrew saying that you guys had to get really close for this workout. So how did you get to know each other and trust each other during this period?
There's nothing crazy secret about it. It was
other than we did yoga 8 times a day together.
Yeah, for 8 years.
For 8 years.
So maybe no. So no, it was it really just kind of happened naturally, thank God. And I think what Florence always says is that we were both up for working in a way that was very similar to the other in terms of it. Everything was very complementary of the other. We both wanted to travel really deep with these characters. We both wanted to really go there and really find the farthest reaches of who these two people are and the thing that they create together. It was like meeting a dance partner or a tennis partner that was as limber, if not more, and as kind of passionate and intense and full of excitement to actually let these characters live. That suddenly with that, you start unlocking things that you didn't know were there. You start unlocking things in each other that you didn't know. Working with Florence, I was going to places that I would never have gone to with a different actor. And I think when two people really just enjoy each other, get along, and also have the same intention to make something that is indelible, to make something that is very, very powerful, deep, and true and real, then you kind of have to just kind of get out of the way and let these two souls just do what they want to feel like doing every moment, every day. And let the journey kind of take you over a little bit. And I think when we figured out that we were both really safe to go to all the places, that there was no wrong idea, that there was no wrong direction, that if one of us fluffed something up or did something, that we didn't like or whatever, that was we could laugh about it and there was no judgment. And you could play together like two friends who got to play together every day. It's just bliss, the most blissful experience on a film set.
Whether we like it or not, the clock is ticking.
What's the rush?
Because I'm worried that there's a very distinct and real possibility that I am about to fall in love with you.
I'm okay. It's okay, honestly. It's okay not to be okay.
And so you've both been to superhero movies and now in this big drama, what is harder to do? Like a crazy action scene, or go deep yourself and get very vulnerable in front of camera?
I mean, I'm gonna say action scene. I'm gonna say that's probably more technically trickier. I mean, they're both fun in their own ways, but if I actually think about how much work goes into an action scene over just how free and loose that this felt when we were acting together, I mean, yeah, I'd say technically, I think an action scene is probably, for me personally, harder to get. Because I guess there's specific rules in an action scene. Like you need to make sure that the punch hits, and you need to make sure that the knife actually looks like it's going into someone's rib cage. Whereas I think with this, the only rule that we're playing by is we just have to let ourselves go, and we have to let ourselves feel. And if you're brave enough to do that, and you're brave enough to I suppose have no rules, then it should, in actual fact, and with the right scene partner, it should be a joy and should be easy, and that's how it felt.
I have only one more question for Andrew, for the Brazilian fans. Do you have any story or connections with Brazil besides playing Eduardo Saverin, the social network?
Yeah, that's my main connection with Brazil. I came for your World Cup. I was at the World Cup final, Argentina, and Germany. I forget which year it was. And I love Brazil, and I love Brazilian people, and it was an honor to play a semi-famous, now billionaire in Singapore, Brazilian guy. So thank you for not being mad that I played one of your fellow countrymen.
That's okay. I love that movie.
Oh,
Guys,
thanks.
thank you so much for talking with us. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.